Who was Alphonse Daudet? Alphonse Daudet was a French novelist and short story writer. Which war is mentioned in the last lesson? The Franco-Prussian War is mentioned in the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Who defeated France in Franco-Prussian War? Prussia defeated France in Franco-Prussian War led by Bismarck. What is the old name of Germany? The old name of Germany is Prussia. Who is the narrator of the last lesson? French, a little schoolboy, is the narrator of the short story, The Last Lesson. I started for school very late that morning. Who is the I here? Here I is referred to French, a little schoolboy. Don't go so fast, boy. You will get to your school in plenty of time. Who is the speaker here? Wachter the blacksmith is the speaker here. What is the topic that M. Hamel would question, or what did M. Hamel tell them to be prepared? Answer. M. Hamel told his students that he would ask question on participle and all of them would have to recite the rules fluently and without any mistake. Where were the Prussian soldiers drilling? The Prussian soldiers were drilling in the open fields back of the sawmill. How was the hat of the old Hauser? Old Hauser was wearing a three-cornered hat. Who was French? What views he had for his teacher? M. Hamel. Did the views change? Give reasons for your answer. Franz was a little boy living in Alsace. He studied in a school under the guidance of M. Hamel. Franz had the views that his teacher was strict one who scolded his students and even beat them with his iron ruler if they do not prepare their lessons. What was the order from Berlin? How did that order affect the people of Alsace and particularly M. Hamel and his students? A shocking order had come from Berlin. The schools in the two French-speaking districts on Alsace and Lorraine will teach only in German. The order from Berlin hurt the pride of the people. The village elders had already sat on the last benches with students. M. Hamel declared that it was his last lesson in French. He would leave the people and the place for good. A new master would replace him to teach German. He aroused patriotic feelings in students and as well in the villagers. He had served the community faithfully of 40 years of life. He called French the most beautiful language in the world. It was the clearest and most logical language. He expressed dismay that the people of Alsace were quite indifferent to the learning of French. He called upon them to guard it among themselves and never forget it. Their language was the key to their liberation. Everyone listened to him with attention and respect. Yes, these views changed on the last days of French class. On the last day, M. Hamel declared that as per the order that came from Berlin, he was going to leave the place as well as the school. Franz was shocked with this news. He felt very sorry for not paying much attention on what his teacher taught. He also felt sad that he was not going to see his teacher anymore. He suddenly developed a great liking for his teacher. Besides that day, M. Hamel did not scold him for being late for school and did not even used his ruler to beat Franz for getting mixed up with the rules of participle. Instead, M. Hamel was being kind and calm enough that day. He did not show anger to anyone, and that day Franz listened to M. Hamel's last lesson with full attention and respect. Describe the unusual thing that Franz noticed the day of the last lesson. Franz noticed some unusual things about the school on that day of last lesson. Franz saw when the school began, there used to be a great bustle and noise could be heard out from the street. The opening and closing of desks and benches and the lesson repeated very loudly made a lot of noise with their hands over their ears. to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table beat on that particular morning. Franz had continued on this commotion to get to his desk without being seen. But of course, everything has to be as a Sunday morning that day. Thus, there were the unusual thing Franz noticed the day of the last lesson.